Fly me to the moon and let's play Katamari Damacy. I'm Dylan, your host, and today we're rolling up the moon, which is the final stage of the main game. Saluton! That is Esperanto. Esperanto being the newest of the languages, appropriately enough chosen for this final of stages. Yeah, so the moon, like I'm saying, is the last stage in the main game. It's kind of like Make a Star 9, except extended. It's got a much longer time limit, and we'll be rolling up by far the largest Katamari of the game. Starting here at 1 meter. Our goal is 300 meters. 300 meters. It's ridiculous. We have 25 minutes to do it, nearly a full half hour. So let's, without any further ado, get rolling, because this is going to be a long one, everyone. Check out that sweet octopus off in the background. I love that we start the stage with that vantage, because it won't be too long before we completely dwarf that octopus with our Katamari's fantastic size. You won't believe the things we'll be rolling up today. Well, you'll probably believe it, because I'm sure you've played this before, or I'm sure you know what happens. If you don't, though, you're in for some surprises. Or not. Who knows? It'll be fun. Yeah, so this is the final stage. It's the final test that, like, everything up until this point has been leading up to. We have to put to use all of the lessons we've learned, in the 9 Make a Star stages especially, for this 25-minute Katamari marathon that is Make the Moon. So we're here on the world, of course, and we started out right in the middle of the first town. In this stage, the town, along with the park and the lake, are all kind of one contiguous starting area. You can just flow between those places at your own pace, picking up objects. And since I say that, we might as well head over there and check out the lake area while we're still the right size for it. 25 minutes is plenty of time to reach 300 meters. I know it sounds ambitious, but it's really not. In fact, I'm going for a second goal. I'm going to try to get to 800 meters. 800 meters today. Because by getting to 800 meters, we unlock something special, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So, we're working our way up to, as usual, 3 meters, at which point we'll be able to head up to the schoolyard. So since we're working our way up there, let's start heading in that direction. I imagine by the time we get to the schoolyard, we'll be roughly 3 meters. Got that lotus leaf out of the lake, that should be good. Some safes. We should be able to get some smaller people now. Yep, we can. Get these palmistry tables, interesting. Still gonna need a little bit more size. What can we grab? Oh, truck hit a few things out of us. Minor setback though. Let's grab these bicycles, oh, cannot get the green fences, so those are going to remain on our way. It looks like the elephant knocked one of them down. Get a few desks. Desks are nice. Okay, there should be some... Oh yeah, and there are desks along our way too. But I was starting to say there should be some students up here that'll get us up to the threshold. And sure enough, there are. There are also some spherical objects, some melons and balls rolling around, so we'll be avoiding those while picking up the students. Very dangerous. Alright, 3 meters. So, as usual, that means we can head up to the second city, which is right outside the gate. Oh no, we got smaller than 3 meters. Okay, back up to 3 meters. It's all good. Yeah, head out. Well, I said the gate, but really it's the gap. Pick up the pylons, and roll on up there. So we've got a campsite here that hasn't been here before. Let's roll up these fires and then start getting these people in this line. If they don't run away first. Yeah. That Oni there. Lion dance. Oop. Tree is still out of our range, so let's avoid that. Can we get these people on scooters here? Yes, we can. Only managed to get one of them, though. Alright, so moving our way on up. And like Make a Star 9, we've got to be 12 meters before we move on to the next zone. But I don't think we will be moving on to it right away because 12 meters, once again, is pretty misleading. There aren't a lot of objects in that range past that barricade, so you really want to be more like 20 meters by the time you move on, which means we'll be picking up the buildings in the lower city before we move on past this area. Should not actually be too much longer before we get to that point. Yeah, getting those people isn't good. We need to get up to car size. Need to find a couple more, like, cows or some other thing that's, you know, like a car but a little bit smaller. Let's find some things like that. Oops. Oh, no. Okay. That's fine, though. We'll roll from here down back into the lake area. Okay, there's some animals and things here that might be able to help us. Ox is still out of our range, but what about things here? Got a named person out of that balloon. Okay, we're at 5 meters, 17 centimeters now, so I suspect smaller cars might be available to us now. So let's move our way up into this town here, see what we find. And, well, that car was still out of our range. I'm not going to try to get that elephant. I know that won't end well. Alright, well, let's try to move on to the second city again. We can take this shortcut here, rather than going through the schoolyard now. Oop. Look out for that, that zoo car train thing. Yeah, there's a cow, Mavis. Welcome to the star, Mavis. These tents are nice. Okay. So we're moving on up. We should be getting cars now. Yeah, okay, so we are getting cars. And once we get to the roughly 10 meters, as you'll remember from Make the North Star, we'll be able to get some of these trees. But we're going to have to find some more cars and things before we can get there. Oh, and we gotta get unstuck from whatever we're stuck on here. Are we stuck on the lion head? Huh. I've never had this happen before. Okay. I've been having kind of bad luck getting stuck on things in this Let's Play. I remember way back in the Swan stage, we got stuck on something for nearly a minute. This one was not so bad, though. Cygnus, that was the Swan stage. It's its proper name. 7 meters, 81 centimeters. Still not quite up to the tree level yet. It's alright, though. I think we should be able to find a few more things that are our size. There's a car we missed, gangster car. And here's some more cars too, Japanese car. And what are you? Hatchback, of course. Telephone pole, that was nice. Let's pick up some more of those poles. Those mushrooms we'll be getting soon, but I want to get trees first. Can we get the trees? I don't think so, because we're at 9 meters, yeah. Okay. We pulled a giraffe out of that train. Oh, we got the cart it was in too, so let's try to get the next cart. Excellent. Okay. And there's a spinning bear head on that sky bridge that's in our way. What's down here at the beach, since we're rolling this way? I can grab some signs. Oh, here's a nice, huge stack of objects. Cars and things. The bear fell on us. Not nearly large enough to be rolling that up. Get these smaller elephants though, right? Yeah, okay. We're at 11 meters, so let's get trees now. They're not as many as we're accustomed to having here. That's alright, though. Lion, leave us alone. Ah, you're in the Katamari now, Lion. Alright, so we'll get these, and like I said, we're going to curve around and grab those mushrooms. Oh, we're at 12 meters. Very nice. Still barely crawling, though, King says. Alright, can we get back up this way, perhaps? Roll, roll, roll. Come on, climb it. Okay, back up. And heading over to the mushrooms. There they are. Mushroom large. We'll be seeing some different mushroom sizes before the stage is out. I guess we can roll up these animals while we're here, doesn't hurt. And that log cabin there. First building of the day. Will not be the last. Not even close. Roll down here into the schoolyard. And into the town. Can we get any buildings? Any buildings at all? Yes, we can. We got one of them anyway. Pick up these mushrooms over here. Can we get trees? No, we cannot get the big trees yet. So let's try to get a couple more smaller buildings. Excellent. Alright. So that ramped us straight up to 18 from 12. Growing very rapidly now. Can't get the huge daikon yet, but we are within range to get huge trees, so going to grab every one of those we see. Very, very useful. And maybe a few more buildings? Oh, okay. We're up to 24 meters now. So I guess we can be moving along. Yeah, see, we're about the same size as that huge octopus off in the distance. Let's get the daikon. Yeah, big turnip. And here's the 12-meter barricade, right past the schoolyard. Some hazardous things bouncing around that we would have had to dodge if we came here right at the 12-meter point. And we wouldn't have been able to pick up these sailboats, or even these buildings over here. So, we chose the right time. You may have just seen the present fly by. The red jumbo man has it, but he'll be coming back around and we'll be able to get it later once we're tall enough. Submarine just jumped over us. Maybe we'll be able to get that later on. Alright, and up here into the third city, where we get some residences. Oop. Larger buildings are still a menace to us, however. We'll have to build up a little bit more size before we can challenge them. See the same monster versus hero fight we saw last time, it looked like. And they built a stadium since the last time we were here. Very cool. We'll be able to grab these big stadium lights before we roll up the stadium itself. Can't get them now, though. Can get these giant dharmas, which seem to be a staple around here for reasons beyond me. Alright, we just hit 47 meters. So we're roughly a sixth of the way to our goal here, with 15 minutes left on the clock. The goal for the shooting star here is 20 minutes, which means that, excuse me, means that as long as we have more than 5 minutes on the clock, we'll be getting a comet at the end of this, and I find it to be very likely that we get that. Trying to get this present, though. It looks like we're about the right height for it now. Ah, we got it. Let's get the Jumbo Man, too. Ha! Fly, Jumbo Man! And with that, we're up to 60 meters, which means we get to go this way now. But I'm going to pick up a few more buildings first. There's no rush. Try to build up a little bit more size before we move along. Alright. Turn around. And let's try taking our new path, shall we? Let's skip the bridges and just go directly this way and into the new city. I guess we can call this the fourth city of the world stages. Starting with some huge trees, which are now mere broccoli to us. Yeah, lots of buildings. I guess this is supposed to be the Tokyo Tower here. I think all of these islands more or less represent the entirety of Japan, but I'm not familiar enough with Japanese geography to really extrapolate which areas are supposed to be which regions. And we see there's another city just past this one. And getting some more trees, more shark buildings. Yeah, this city contains a lot of the same objects the last one did. Getting factories. Yeah, we're almost at 100 meters now, which means that we've got already the largest Katamari we've ever seen. Some giant bowling pins right here. I've never been exactly sure why. But we'll roll those up and onto this bridge here. I could do a quick roll at this point since we've got a long straightaway in order to get over here faster, but I don't want to risk falling off while doing it, losing a bunch of time that way. So I'll just take it slow. Looks like we have an airfield here. Let's see, where do we go from here? I guess there's another stadium here. Let's see what we can roll up from this island. We get stadium lights along with these buildings. Can we get the Jumbotron there? Let's see. Yes, we can. Stadium screen. And what's this over here? What is that? Can you tell? Yeah. Giant mushroom. Like I said, there are tons of mushrooms here to be found. And we just need to find land right now because we need to get bigger still. We're only at 130 meters. Still have 12 minutes on the clock to get that last 170. Okay, so here's the original stadium, which means we're back at the original island. And look, you can see the entire thing at once now. That's how big we are. Can grab that elementary school. And there it is! There's the giant octopus from the beginning. Look at how small it is. It's a mere calamari to us at this point. Pick up the over 60 meters sign from earlier. Marine Jumbo Man. Looks like they're specialized to different environments. We got Fly Jumbo Man earlier. And let's find some more things, shall we? Halfway to our goal, just about. Moving between islands here, you're likely to run into droughts like this, which always make me a little bit anxious. But with the amount of time we have, it's really not an issue. You don't have to worry about it. There are tons of things left to find and tons of time to find them. 140 meters left of our goal. There's an airliner above us. We can't quite pick that up yet. Can't squeeze past the Tokyo Tower there either. Oh, okay. We can get these tall eel buildings now. That's a nice boost. We'll be heading off toward that rainbow shortly, but a few things to get first. These eel buildings. Oh, that one's actually a goldfish building. And these cargo ships. That one had some additional giant octopuses on it. Let's get that Godzilla guy. What's he actually called? We're stuck on an island there. Come on. What are we stuck on? Come on. Roll. Well, that was awkward. Okay, but let's get the monster now. Mogran. It's cute. Okay, so now that we're 200 meters, we'll be able to head to a new region. And let the rainbow be your guide. It's off this way. The rainbow itself will be picking up before too much longer. I can't wait. It's always my favorite object, probably, to roll up. I mentioned it way back when we rolled up the children's graffiti at the beginning of the game that the rainbow was one of my favorites. It's just so bizarre. It's not an object that I would have thought to include when I was making a roll up all the things game. I know, we're going to make a rainbow. It's going to be circular and one of the final objects. Okay, rolling up some land masses now, which is a good sign that we're almost to our goal, and sure enough, we're at 240 meters, only 60 left, and 9 minutes on the clock. Yeah, we found some more eel buildings. Very, very good for us. Can't pick up this airstrip yet. Can we pick up some of these land masses, though? Yep, got a starfish island there. Head over to this traditional Japanese-looking island. And I suppose we'll get this giant squid there. Gigantic squid, in this case. Ah, and here we see the rocket from the family's cutscenes. And we'll pick up the nearby buildings. Head back that way, see if we can pick up the giant building that was on that traditional Japanese island. Sure enough, Japanese castle. Welcome to Katamari. And we're very, very close now. 297 meters thanks to that airport. Boom! 307 meters. There's our goal, and we did it in 17 minutes, 6 seconds, which is less than 20 minutes, which means we have a Comet in our future. Whew, right now we're as big as 29 oil tankers. And I'm going to take this remaining time and try to work up to 800 meters. Wish me luck. I think I can do it, though. Seems like plenty of time. I think we'll actually have plenty of time to spare. So maybe I'll take it slow here. Pick up a cruise ship. Some more buildings there. Picked up a thunder god. He must have been up in the clouds. Can we pick up this mushroom now? No, we cannot. We'll get this other airport, though. I think it's the same as the airport we've already got. See some islands off this way. Sorry that you're having to listen to my controller more than usual in this episode. I realize that whenever I do the power roll, you can hear it on the mic. But, oh, and once again we find ourselves stuck. That's not good. Wiggle out of there. What's the deal? Okay, looks like we're out. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I was saying, you have to use the, if you want to finish this stage in a reasonable amount of time, you're going to have to use the power roll a lot to get, and I don't even remember what it's actually called, so I'm going to call it the power roll. You have to use that a lot to get from island to island, so apologies, but it's pretty necessary when things are this spaced out. This is the only stage in which things are this spaced out, so hasn't been much of an issue before. And as you can see, we just rolled up most of the island with which we're most familiar. Yeah, all of the world stages until this point have taken place on that island, and now it's all inside of our Katamari. The world is a new place. 614 meters as we pick up that mushroom extra, extra, extra large. Oh yeah, this icy region here is always very useful. Pick up these icebergs. It'll add some size to us. We're at 647 meters now, well over twice our goal. We'll pick up this evil-looking area here, the Oni Rock. I'm not sure what exactly that's a reference to. I'm not familiar enough with the folklore, but cool-looking little area. It's got rain clouds over it. So we have a bunch of rain in our Katamari right now. And speaking of rain, we should be finding that rainbow. But I'm going to pick up some more of these extra, extra, extra large mushrooms first. There's a circle of them around the outside of the stage. So we'll just pick up a few more of those. And where's our rainbow? Let's go. Hunt it down. Aha, there you are, rainbow. Royal Rainbow! Yeah! We've got the rainbow. Okay. So happy. Alright, getting clouds and things. We're at 762. Almost there. 782. Just need a few more things. There aren't that many things left. Aha, I see you, Mount Fuji. I see you. You're the last part of that island left, and I'm ready to get you. Yeah! It's actually called Whale Mountain, apparently. And there it is! 800 meters. And we see these cherubim once again, and they're indicating that we've just unlocked the Eternal version of this stage. So, once we're finished here, we'll, at some point in the future, be able to play Eternal 3. And we still have 5 minutes on the clock. Wow. What are we going to do for 5 minutes? Just roll up little islands, I guess. Clouds. Not a lot of things left for us. The Earth has become bare. That's fine. Everything will be happier in space. And besides, we need stars. Sacrifice for the greater good, really. Pick up clouds here. Clouds are about all that we have left. A few land masses left. I'll be hunting those down, picking them up one by one. So I don't want to spend too much time sounding reflective here, but I do think that I should thank you for sticking with me this long. I know that the early episodes of this Let's Play were a little bit on the rough side, but I know I've gotten a lot more comfortable doing the commentaries just over the course of playing this game, and I hope that you've been enjoying them more as I've gone along too. I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but if you have any feedback, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, that's about all I'm going to say looking back, since this isn't the last episode of this Let's Play. This will be the last main episode, but I do have a couple of bonus ones planned. What I'd like to do is have one video in which I find... Oh, I should point out that we just picked up Pigeon Town. That's where all of the town levels took place, you'll remember, and it was apparently on a different island from where all of the world stages took place, but we've got it in us now, which means that like the entire setting of all of the other stages of this game are now part of this one Katamari that's to become the moon. Yeah, so I was saying, I'm planning, I can't promise that this will come to fruition, but my plan right now is to do a montage video in which I roll up all of the cousins in the game. There are like 23 of them in all, one for each stage, and then one for each of the Eternal stages, so 23 total. And then after that, I would like to make a video for each of the Eternal stages. Like, I'll have to play the Eternal stages to get those last 3 cousins, but like I would enjoy doing dedicated videos for each of those as well. I may take like a break before doing those, who knows. Like I said, no promises, but I just don't expect this to be the last Katamari video I do. And like I've said before, there's a definite possibility that I come back and do Katamari Forever Let's Play in the future. I think that would be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing this game for you all. I think I mean, yeah, I just had a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite games. And honestly, it's a game that I don't mind sharing with people because it's one of the best games I've ever played, too. It could probably have benefited from being just a little bit shorter. Maybe instead of 10 main stages and 10 side stages, you could have had just like 8 of each, but whatever. That's a dumb thing to complain about. This game's pretty much perfect. And it wasn't intended to have any sequels, but personally it doesn't offend me that they exist because they really did add some great innovations to the series, even if they didn't have exactly the same charm. Alright, so 1 minute left. Don't have to buy much more time here. Oh, there's still one more landmass off in the distance. We'll go grab that, if I can get the roll working. And I did. 46 seconds. What are you? Coral Island. Alright, is there anything left? Anything left? I think I saw one more landmass off this way. Yeah, there's something. I can't tell if it's a landmass. Looks artificial. Can we get it? What is it? That's bizarre. We can't seem to pick it up. Well, it'll just have to remain a mystery then. 16 seconds left, and like the final house stage and the final town stage, the final world stage ends with a fade out rather than a royal rainbow. That's okay, I got my royal rainbow for the episode in earlier. Ah, Splashy Island. Okay. Glad we got one of those. Alright, let's head back to space. 878 meters, 91 centimeters, 9 millimeters. It's floating, but it's not a dream. Huh. How supple this silhouette, this substantial heft, this mellifluous mood in the rising tide of familial love. We are moved. Yep, like I said before, 17 minutes, 6 seconds. And there's our royal present. Check what that is. You'll have to guess, though. 1,569 objects, most of them nature, also plants and industry. The king says here that when it gets this big, it's hard to tell what you have the most of. I think that's just because, like, you're picking up objects, like, not only is the total number of objects huge, but you're picking up objects from a ton of different categories. So, like, even though nature is the #1 category, we may have been, like, 3% nature, 2% plants, 2% industry. So it's really hard to say that this is what we had the most of. Whatever. Anyway, let's toss this moon up into the sky. And the moon! Yeah, like the constellations, the moon doesn't have a special name, but its comet does, and it's called global comets. And there we see all of the constellations and stars and the moon that we've assembled over the course of the game have all rejoined the sky. The sky, which was once broken, is now rebuilt. And we have a giant pixelated king face, complaining that he's exhausted, even though we did all of the work. He says that although rolling a Katamari is hard, that it's hard for him as well. To watch from the cosmos was very hard. Whatever, the king is such a jerk. Like, he's so lovable, but what an ass. Prince is finally 2 centimeters taller, which means it's time to celebrate with cake. And in this game, the cake is not a lie. There is actual cake. The credits roll and we see Dashing Prince, the great king of all cosmos, and the beautiful queen of all cosmos. The prince isn't referred to as the prince of all cosmos, he's just Dashing Prince. Suppose he'll grow into that title in the future. Right now he's just dancing though. He thinks his work is done. Wait till he sees what we still have in store for him. This is kind of an obnoxious little final video. The king flying around with the prince. Brightly colored locales to pretty annoying music. But I love it. Check out that future city. Sweet. Past the constellations. Past the moon. Alright. Yes! And that's Katamari Damacy. Total objects collected, 1,197. It's quite the collection. Diameter, 878 meters, 91 centimeters, 9 millimeters, as I've said. We just checked out our planet. Here's the battle mushroom for multiplayer with all the cousins assembled on it. We'll be rolling up each of those individually if things go as planned in the next episode. And this is the Earth. And during the final credits, we get to roll the moon around the Earth. Check this out. And what are we rolling up? We're rolling up countries. So yep, there's one final stage here before it's over. It's not a full Katamari stage. Like, we don't have the power roll here, so we're kind of forced into a slow pace fitting with the music. But the goal here is just start out rolling up small countries and then work your way up to the larger ones, eventually getting like the United States, Canada, Russia, stuff like that. Right now we're just picking up smaller things like Korea, Ireland, England. Yeah, we're in Europe here, so Europe and like the Middle East should be nearby. We'll be able to pick up lots of small objects there. Or, not objects, countries now. Yeah, it feels like a little bit cheap to end the game this way, because it's not like we scaled all of the way up from a tiny Katamari to an Earth rolling up sized Katamari, which you do actually get to do in the later games. In this one, it's just like this kind of awkward jump from rolling up the archipelago in which the game is set to being on top of the entire Earth. But whatever, this is just like, this isn't a real stage, it's just a really cool way of sending off the game in its own style. And I'm always happy to have a mini-game to play during the credits, especially when I'm trying to provide commentary. Like, if I was just talking while these credits were rolling by, I have no clue what I would say, but instead I get to talk about what countries I'm rolling up, like Colombia, Ghana, Suriname, and Papua New Guinea. Countries like that. And yeah, since we've got music credits right now, let me just shout out Yumiaki and like everyone else who worked on the music in this game, because it would not be the same without you, and you provide like an immeasurable amount of happiness in my life over the years. So seriously, thank you so much, and really everyone who worked on this game, but especially the musicians. It's impossible to quantify just like how important your work was to making this game what it is. So we're not big enough to pick up the US or Canada yet, so we're in kind of a dry zone here. Let's wrap back around and see if we can find things in this hemisphere, though. Alright, picking up, I guess, some African countries there. It's nice. Not finding anything here. Yeah, so I suppose someone with a better understanding of geography than I have would be advantaged here. They would not only, like, know where the small countries are, but they would, have a better sense of where they are on the Earth and which direction they're going at any time. But whatever, it's not very difficult to play this stage. You've got enough time to get what you need. Actually, and as I say that, we're starting to zoom out, so I might not be getting a very good score on this little mini-game here. Oh, we did get India, Saudi Arabia. Okay, so those are some somewhat larger countries. I don't think we're going to be able to get, like, the United States, though, are we? I don't think we are. Oh wow, I normally do better than this, I'm sorry. Come on. Where is it? Where's the United States? Indonesia. We're on the wrong side of the planet. China. Okay, we got China. That's a big country. Come on. Yes! Alright, just as time ran out, we were able to pick up the North American countries. You can't really see it from this distance, but the funny thing about picking up the United States is that, like, it and, like, the mainland and Alaska are the same object, even though they're not connected to each other. So it's like you might have Alaska as part of your Katamari, and then, like, the United States proper just floating off separately. Alright, and we get our last little visit with the family there. We see that they're now happily on the moon. They've all gone to space together. So the little boy got his dream of being an astronaut after all. It's a touching story. We'll throw this cool mask on there. Look like our hero, the King of all Cosmos. So let's check out the Earth just for a moment, and here's what we just played, Make a Moon, and we see now we have the option of playing Eternal 3 also. Over here, we have the ending. We can replay that ending sequence in which you lift up all the countries, and we can see that we now have the option of playing Eternal 2 here on Make a Star 8. We didn't unlock Make a Star 4's Eternal version, which is Eternal 1, over here. Yeah, because we only got up to 1 meter 27 centimeters. If we had gotten up to 1 meter 30 centimeters. It's either 1 meter 30 or 1 meter 40, I don't remember which. But if we'd gotten up to that point, then we would have gotten this little cherubim flying around us before the fade to white, and we would be able to play Eternal 1. But I'll probably do that off camera at some point, so that we'll be able to play Eternal 1 in a later video. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching this video, and all of the ones that came before it, and whatever comes next. Just, yeah, thanks a lot, and see you next time.